All right, back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget you can get our podcast at golftalkradio.com anytime. Also, fill out that trivia form if you listen to the Balls Out segment earlier in the show, and put the brand name of the ball and the model, and we'll send you guys a sleeve of balls, maybe rounds of golf here if you're local in the San Luis Obispo County area. Just had a great segment on golf cart batteries.
And if you want any more information on cart batteries, feel free to contact Mike.
Or Billy Gibbs
at Mike at Golf Talk
Billy
Radio.
Gibbs at PGA.com.
Just ask him away. He'll research your battery problems for you.
Hey, I think more people probably have problems with their golf cart batteries than you know. That's crazy. It is crazy.
So what do you got over there? So Owen and I are on pins and needles over
this
here.
is... I don't know if you'll... I don't know. I think you'll appreciate this. So yesterday or last Friday, I do the Friday Skins game at Paso Golf Club. Mm. So you remember Joe Cox?
I do remember
Lefty Joe.
Yeah.
He lives up in Paso now, so he plays every Friday. So when we do the Skins game, I send the guys off.
When you say do it, you facilitate it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not playing in it.
No, I go down.
You facilitate.
I go down. We organize the groups. We get it all set up. I make out the scorecards, handwrite them. I banter with everybody for the hour or so that they're going off.
You're the man.
So Joe says, hey, I got some stuff for you. And I said, okay. He goes, I want to bring it to you. Would you like some of these past memorabilia that I have from the John Madden tournaments that used to be at Avila Beach Golf Resort?
I remember those.
So I said, yeah, I would love those. He goes, I'm cleaning out my garage. I got to get rid of it. And he goes, my wife said that we should give it to blah, 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 blah. And he goes, no, I know exactly the person who I want to ask to see if he would like to have this memorabilia. And I said to my wife that he would appreciate it. And, that was his first head pro job was at Avila Beach Golf Resort where these went. So he brought me a couple days ago. In fact, it was Tuesday, I think. It was Wednesday. It was the golf cart battery day. He brought me.
The infamous
cart
battery day.
October 9th. The day that will live in infamy.
Infamy. Till the battery run out.
So he brought me these matted posters.
Wow, they're matted. Dude.
Yeah, matted posters of all, at least 3 out of the 4 years. So there was the 1989 John Madden tournament. There was the 90, the 91, the 92. And John Madden and his wife would hold the tournament at Avila Beach Golf Resort and Black Lake.
It was then called the San Luis Bay Golf Club.
Yeah.
So interesting?
The first day was always at Black Lake, and that was Virginia Madden's golf tournament was at Black Lake. And then the next day, usually Saturdays, would be the John Madden, and Madden would actually come out, and all the players would come out. He'd have San Francisco 49ers, Giants, A's, who else did he have? He had Chargers would come up.
The celebrity golf.
It went on and on and on and on. And so the 92 one, I think it was, in fact, I'm pretty sure it was 92, but 1992 was the year that I met Eddie Van Halen. And Eddie Van Halen came up and played in that tournament. And I remember I'd heard he was coming up to play. And I brought out all my Van Halen albums, and I happened to see him sitting on the bench right there in front of the putting green, in front of the golf shop that's no longer a putting green, where we had many of our massive skimple games.
Our clinics are all done there.
That was a great putting green.
Oh, my gosh. I love that putting green.
I lost $20 to him when he was
Did you?
6.
But we used to do the skimple games. We hit the balls off the bench, off the cement, off the tents, off the top of the golf shop. It was just on and on and on. But Eddie was sitting on that bench right there outside the door of the golf shop, and I sat there with him for probably 10, 15 minutes.
Jam a little guitars with him?
No, we just talked. We just talked golf and
that
talked
friggin'
stuff.
Dude can play guitar.
Yeah. And so I had all my albums, and he was there.
Too cool.
He was there for the Madden.
Yeah.
And he had just started playing golf, and it was 92. And so when I sat down with him and I showed him the albums, I go, hey, can you sign these? And he goes, only if I can ask you a few questions first. And I said, okay. Yeah. So he goes, you got to tell me. I need to know which version of the band do you like better?
Wow.
And I said,
that's quite
really? And he goes,
dude.
no, which version? He goes, you've got, I had Women and Children first. I had Diver Down were the albums I brought. And then I had, I think it was 5150 was the.
You got all those albums.
Was
right
the first album with Sammy Hagar. And then I think I had OU812, which is the second album of Sammy Hagar. So I
Sounds
had
like Owen's golf ball.
yeah. So I had a couple of Van Halens with David Lee Roth. I had a couple of
That's
Sammy.
so cool. What a great question to ask somebody, though.
So I said to him,
I thought he was going to ask you how to fix a slice. To be honest with you, that's what I thought he'd ask you. But
and I think
wow.
he appreciated that I wasn't like I talked to him about golf. I didn't bring the albums out right away. I just sat there and talked with him because wanted to get to know who he was. I thought he'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. So we were talking golf, and he said how much he loved it, and he goes, but he just they touring a lot. He goes, I don't have a lot of time to play as much as I thought I would. And he goes, I'm kind of perfectionist. He goes, so golf was hard for him, right? So, and he asked me that question, like, which version of the band did you like better? And so I still remember the answer to this day. I said, look,
anyone you're in.
I go, I like both of them. And the thing is, I don't think you can compare the two. I think they're totally different.
Is it Roth and Hagar, there's difference? Is he asking which lead singer do you like better? Is that what he's asking?
He just said, which version of the band do you like better?
Was that what he meant, though? Because did his brother play drums in both of those bands?
Yeah, but you could tell they had influences. Like each singer has an influence on the music too, So
he did flat out say which singer you like better because so there is a different vibe.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Yeah. Not just the voices.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, well, Sammy Hagar was the first concert I ever saw at the Cal Palace, which is now gone in San Francisco. They just closed it down, and I was 13 years old, and I saw Sammy Hagar.
I think they sell batteries at a warehouse.
They used to have outdoor shows and boat shows there, and they would sell batteries. I'm telling you the truth, because my dad used to take me there.
Is it a circle?
It's a big circle.
So you
saw. It might have been boat batteries.
So you told him his first concert was Hagar.
Yeah, and he thought that was really cool. That was for the I Can't Drive 55 tour. And then I said, I've seen you. I said, I never saw David Lee Roth with you on tour. I said, I saw you for 5150 on Halloween night at the Cal Palace. I saw you guys for OU812.
On Halloween night.
That was insane. It was insane. You know who opened for him? Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Wow.
The guys in the overalls. They look like mechanics. I bet they would be good with batteries.
Take the 815 into the city.
And then I saw him
Thank
at Candlestick Park at Day on the Green. It was Van Halen.
So, what's the answer? I can't wait for the answer here.
I just told him. I said, I think they're both great.
Yeah. So
I think they're absolutely both great.
But so you weren't being honest.
I was
because
you can't compare the two.
It's a great question he asked, though. I'll tell you what. That's an impressive ask to ask a fan.
Yeah. I thought it was a great question.
Because you're going to hurt, and probably, wow.
So he signed the albums, and he signed them, Mike, stay as cool as you are always, Eddie Van Halen.
And you have.
I still have them.
And you were still as cool as always.
I tried.
You did it, man.
Yeah.
He's very proud of you right now. We should.
Yeah.
So now that you've reflected back.
Yes.
Hagar or Roth?
I can't.
You still can't.
They're they're two different bands.
So you wouldn't have a preference if they were both concerts. They could be in both places at the same time. Were you going to the Hagar concert or are you going to the Roth concert?
I take it back. I saw Van Halen at the Paso Robles Fairground with David Lee Roth. I forgot about that.
Well, see, the Halloween hunt is going to be a hard one to compete with. The Halloween night had to have outside factors going on.
Oh, it was incredible.
That had to be insane. So still, you got Hagar and Roth, too. Same day, Eddie's playing. Everything's happening. You got to split the universe. Which side are you going? Where are you going? Whose show are you going to? Got to have tickets to one.
You're
going to sit home. I can't
do it.
I'd have picked one. Wow.
They're totally two different bands because the lead singers are completely different.
So you're sticking by your...
David Lee Roth is a total entertainer, and Sammy Hagar
Which one was harder rock? Which one was that Roth?
I think
Eddie can wail.
Yeah, I think the music with Roth in the beginning was harder. And then with Sammy Hagar, they got a little more... But they have some rock.
They got a little more commercially... that's sort of poppy, maybe.
They got some rockin' songs with Hagar, though, too, man.
But the Duke, his...
5150.
Nobody riffs it like Eddie Van Halen.
A lot of people didn't like 5150. It's got some...
Now, did you know...
Summer Nights is a great song.
Alex, I believe, is his brother's name.
Yeah.
That they lived right down the street from Eaton Canyon Golf Course, and the pro there is right near Altadena. They're their sister courses. They lived just down the street from it. And you remember Steve Wolf?
Yeah.
His wife was named Linda.
Yeah.
Well, before they married, she dated Alex, the brother of
No
Van
way.
Halen. They lived out, and they would jam in the garage. They were a garage band.
Yeah.
So she dated Alex Van Halen and would hang out with them in the garage while they're becoming
Oh my
the band.
gosh.
So she knew of them, and then they live right there in Pasadena. So Circle, and she then married the pro Steve Wolf.
And Steve was my coach
And
for a
Steve
while
was your
before
coach.
before you.
But she dated Alex.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I guess a good drummer. Everybody knows Eddie, obviously. I mean,
No, he is a good drummer.
But,
He's a really good drummer.
But the dude could. Is he playing anymore? I mean, is it?
I think Eddie's having health problems, so they're not playing right now.
But cool story. So you could put. That's neat, and you got the posters are nice, by the way.
Well, in the story, to bring it back around again, this whole thing going back with Joe, we've been talking about the Skins games we used to have at Avila's on Monday. And he was part of that. With all those guys, we get 30 to
I remember
45 guys playing Skins games going. We throw like
Skins.
20, 30 bucks in. It was insane.
Before the Skins game thing was really popular, we
Yeah.
all did it.
Every Monday.
Yeah, I used to make a few bucks in that thing.
Yeah.
And I've lost a few too.
There was some money going
There
around
was.
there.
That was pretty fun.
Some serious
Neat
money.
story, man.
Yeah.
So you just hang out with rock stars a lot.
Used to.
Who's the guy in Vegas that you guys hooked up?
Vince Neil.
Vince Neil.
Yeah.
Partied with Vinny.
That was on
Vinny.
my 40th.
So you wouldn't Hagar
10
Roth. You
years ago,
can't
man.
choose to this day.
I think, you know what, if I had to choose today, I would probably choose Hagar with Van Halen over Roth, just because of where they're at now.
Sammy was the first singer.
No,
Roth was.
Roth was.
Because there was an issue with one of the singers in Eddie. Something. Am
No,
I making that up?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
I remember reading stories as a kid.
Yeah, both of them had
I just
issues,
was
but
always a fan of Eddie because to this day, I think he's considered one of the best guitarists.
It was unbelievable.
You know, this.
Great piano player.
Really?
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh.
where he started.
I see that.
And he also started with the drums. And
And
he
he-
ended up playing guitar.
So did he ask you to do a little rhythm guitar for him at the?
We didn't have any guitars. I wouldn't do it.
Could you
I'd be so
imagine?
embarrassed.
Could you imagine if
I
you had your
couldn't
guitar,
do it.
bring it
Oh.
out, it's like just have him sit there and just.
He would. Oh, I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I still remember his bag of clubs, though. It was pretty funny. Old bag, almost like a wood, like a wood 3-wood, and like
We all had hoods then.
one of the. Well, I was 92, so it was one of the just coming out
just
like metal
coming out.
woods.
Yeah, Taylor made 91.
But the other
No, that's not true. 80.
the other
something.
the other woods, like the 3-wood, I remember was like this old beat up, looked like an old beat up like Wilson 3-wood.
Wilson staff,
Yeah,
black laminated.
yeah.
So good story, man.
Yeah.
That's impressive, and those posters are great. So you have them now. You're going to put them in your.
Yeah, I got to figure out where to put them.
So let me ask the two of you. The other night there was a big baseball game that went into 10 innings.
Mm-hmm.
You guys pretty pleased with the outcome of that?
I was in shock.
And how about you? Any opinion?
I've never seen that before.
I just
Two
knowing the
pitches.
two of you, and I don't know if Owen is as much as his father or Jack. I know that the family are huge Giant fans, and Mike, you are extremely Giant fan, like Darren. Darren and you,
Yeah.
it's in your blood. Jack, I think so too. I don't know so much about.
No,
it.
I
That's-
totally am.
So, although that wasn't playing the Giants, obviously, but are we glad they're not at the dance 3 years in a row or whatever it is? Your nemesis.
I
team?
mean, to me, it doesn't really matter because it's not like they're going to win the World Series anyways. They get in.
you mean the Dodgers?
Yeah, the Dodgers. I mean,
Because I know C.J. Silas must be heartbroken.
Shit, I'm too much of a karma guy. I don't like slamming.
So you're just a good guy. I just was curious
Yeah.
if this.
Well,
was,
I get slammed by Dodger fans up at where I work all the time. Like they're so vocal about everything, and they'll come and be vocal with me about the Dodgers, and I've never said anything to them
Yeah.
about the Giants and the Dodgers.
You should hang around with Darren Averitt more often.
They know I'm a Giants fan, but it's
And
not
I
like
just, like,
yeah,
So
when,
okay.
when they just say that, I'm just like, just wait.
yeah.
I
just say,
I
just
see. I
wait
totally understand.
And then
Just-
every year,
But now
they
let me
don't
ask you:
learn-
is it my imagination, or Alve or whatever he used to play Red Sox, who won last year? I don't know if I say his name right. Is he
Right.
playing for the Cardinals, or the like second baseman, or center fielder?
Altuve?
Yeah,
Oh, he's been on Houston for forever.
but he's in the playoffs, right? Oh, is it Houston?
Houston's in there.
So they made it to they made it to the World Series last year?
Yeah.
So that's where I saw him last year. So Boston beat them.
Boston beat the Dodgers last year in the World Series.
Right. So this Altuve guy, so he's always been with you.
So you know what's interesting? The guy who gave up the grand slam in the Washington Dodger game was on Boston last year. The reliever.
The reliever.
Kelly. The reliever for the Dodgers who gave up the grand
pitcher?
slam. Yeah.
Oh, gave it up.
Gave it up. He actually was a part of beating the Dodgers in the World Series the year before for Boston.
Wow.
Talk about karma in full circle.
Yeah, full circle. I guess I don't know baseball all that well, but I did know I heard all about
and
that
then the guy,
game, and the pitcher coming in was the wrong pitcher and all this.
The guy who hit the grand slam used to play for the Dodgers. The guy who hit the grand slam for the Nationals. It all comes back to you, man.
It does.
I truly believe that in a lot of things.
So being a Giant fan doesn't necessarily mean you're anti-Dodger, because it sure seems like in his dad and his brother.
I mean,
they
our
are-
grandpa's a big Dodger fan.
Okay, so I know you've not been near as vocal as your brother or your dad. But
I'm not as much.
But
of a
I was
vocal
just wondering,
person.
because some people, well, I understand that, but sometimes they're like, it's they badmouth the Dodgers, and I bet you they were happy that they're not in the. That's my opinion. I'll ask Darren when I see him.
I
so
bet
you have, yes. See, so anyway,
Yeah, so that's our show. That was
are we
it.
done? I
We're done.
have something to ponder. Can we ponder?
Real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes being with your friends and golfing is all the therapy you need.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a spot?
You guys have a good weekend.
Keep
We'll
it
talk
on course,
later.
people.